All right. So this morning, first off and foremost, I did not move far enough fucking south because holy fuck balls, it's cold here. Like, there's actually frost. I live in Fort Myers, Florida, southern Fort Myers. Like, I'm on the last fucking road in Fort Myers, and it is 30 fucking degrees. There's frost on my fucking truck. Like, not okay. I left fucking misery to fuck away from this crap, so fuck you, Mother Nature. But anyways, so today I didn't even realize. So I've I comment on shit like anybody else does on Instagram. So today's rant, over the weekend, I commented on a video where some lady was folding a dude's underwear, and I mean, like, this fucking dude's underwear ended up being like a piece of origami art the way that she fucking folded it. It was just absolutely asinine. And then like it cuts to the end of the video, and it's another girl who's just like dropping her man's underwear in the drawer, or the underwear drawer, whatever. And it's like I all I commented on there was I do my own laundry, like, something like grow up, man. Like, stop expecting, pretty much to the extent of stop expecting women to do your fucking laundry for you, right? Like, so that's all I said. Next thing I know, over the next 2 days, there are, I don't even know how many comments, well over 100 fucking comments, and I have been called unbelievable fucking things. Like, and as a sidebar, like, it's really astounding to me because it's like, of all the absolute controversial fucking things that I say in these videos, in my podcast, in comments, I'm astounded that me saying I do my own laundry was the one that came the closest to going, viral or whatever. Like, it's fucking insane to me. But some of the things that I got called that is just hilarious to me is I keep getting called bitch boy, beta. Beta has been come up quite often. And then one guy called me, told me that I'm giving off major cat vibes last night, which is that one I think is probably the funniest one, because anybody that knows me knows that I absolutely hate cats. Like, I despise cats. I had this fucking random backstory, but I had this fucking cat. I can't even remember how old I was. But this asshole, it was like a orange and white fucking cat, whatever the fuck those things are called. It was declawed on the front, but for whatever reason, I swear to this day, I've never did anything wrong to this cat. Like, I wasn't like throwing this cat or doing anything, but this fucking cat hated me. And this thing would just like jump on the back of a couch and just start beating the shit out of my head. Now, obviously it didn't have claws, so it was just, but for whatever reason, right? And like, so ever since then, I don't like cats. Not to mention, like, them bastards shed. They're gross. Male cats are, like, pissing all over things. And, yeah. And then the fact that they can jump on counters while you're, cooking food and shit. Like, just not sanitary. But, so anyways, that was probably my favorite one. I was getting called that. But it was hilarious to me because it's like, I'm getting called a beta. And apparently I'm not worthy of the, alpha classification because I do my own laundry. And it's insane to me, right? Because it's like, one, I'm a Marine Corps infantry combat veteran, so I went to Afghanistan. While in Afghanistan, I mean, on top of standing an absolute fuck ton of post and, doing random patrols and shit, like, some of the things I did, like, there were times when I was a minesweeper, right? Like, I would be leading the fucking patrol with a minesweeper. There's times I went outside the wire. I was an assaultman, so like, I had demolition most of the time, half the time, whatever it was. I don't fucking remember anymore, but I'd have demolition on me. There's times that I was carrying fucking rockets because we were doing some, oversight or some shit, so I had rockets on me. There's one time when my boy Thomas, he was sick, I got to carry the machine gun. Like, he was a machine gunner, he was sick, and they needed somebody that could carry it. So I carried the fucking, 240 with me on a patrol. And, like, so I've done all kinds of shit that would typically classify you as a fucking alpha or whatever. But because I do my own laundry, now apparently I'm a beta cat vibe guy. And like, I just don't understand, because it's like, you know, I think the concept of masculinity has been so far skewed, like, and I just don't know. Like, if you look at our ancestors and shit, like, you know, we can go all the way back to like cavemen, you know, motherfuckers probably fighting, you know, saber-toothed tigers or taking down a woolly mammoth and shit. Like, you know, that was the alphas back then. And then that moved into like the guy who could go out and fight a bear and kill a wolf that was growling at the door, or, you know, all kinds of shit. Like, but in today's world, like, you know, we don't have to do that. What, 1 in fucking 1 trillion chance that you're gonna ever fucking fight a bear or, you know, be attacked by a fucking wolf? Like, how, I don't know. I guess I should look that up before I say that, but it's like, how often is that gonna happen? How realistic is that gonna happen? So, you know, men are, I guess, struggling for this concept of masculinity. Now, I mean, obviously you got the gym rats who, like, you know, epitome fucking the human physical form factor, right? Like, you know, that are hitting the gym and have like fucking 0.5% body fat and shit. Obviously not me, but, you know, like, so yeah, there's that. And there's other things like, you know, being able to fix your house and, you know, do basic plumbing work, electrical, whatever, you know, you want to do. Like, there's those concepts, but I think realistically men struggle with the concept of masculinity. So what I kept seeing is like all of these guys, there was literally guys on here saying, oh, that's a woman's job. Oh, that's a woman's job. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, to me, the concept of masculinity in 2026, to me, would be the ability to handle your own, right? Like, and we're not just talking about bar fights or anything. We're talking about fucking, you know, can you keep your house clean on your own? Can you do your own fucking laundry? Can you, you know, run a vacuum cleaner or some shit? And the way I see that is like, if your wife walks out, if she walks out, she leaves, you come home and she's boning your boss or some shit like that, and you kick her out, or, you know, God forbid, you know, the worst happens and she like dies or some shit, right? Like, can you as a man handle yourself, right? Like, can you take care of yourself? And I think that's the real concept of fucking masculinity. And then the other portion is like, these guys are making some fucking unbelievable excuses, right? Like, so you think about it, like, you know, most places in the U.S., public nudity is frowned upon unless you go to like a, what are they called? Like a nude camp or nudist colony. That's what they're called. Unless you go there, right? So we always have laundry, right? Like, we always have laundry, and people were calling me out because, oh, well, you know, that's her job, and then, you know, I do the vehicle maintenance, or, you know, when's she gonna go out and mow the yard and shit like that. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, well, for one, you know, I learned how to work on cars because I was a broke motherfucker growing up. So I learned how to do that. It's not like men are just inherently born with the ability to fucking work on cars. Two, lots of women do know how to work on cars. And if you're in that relationship, then you're definitely the fucking beta, because, you know, if she's fixing your fucking car while you're standing on the side asking for a recharge on your Tesla or some stupid shit, right? Like, then obviously you're the beta. But it's like, you know, I know how to do that because I've always did that. She never had to do that, right? Like, because, well, yeah, because she was a girl. So she never had to fucking do that. And, but then the other people, the mowing the yard thing, it's like, okay, listen here, fuckers. Obviously not right here, but it's like, you know, mowing the yard, well, let me back up, I guess, because the other portion of the vehicle maintenance is like, you know, it doesn't have to be done all the time, right? Like, and if you do have to do vehicle maintenance, if you're working on the same fucking thing, go get a new car, go get a new truck, right? Like, if you're working on the same fucking piece of shit every single week, the money you're putting in the fucking parts and labor and all of that shit, you could just put towards a new vehicle. So don't blame a woman and think that she has to work on your fucking shit on a weekly basis or do your laundry on a weekly basis because you have to work on a car on a weekly basis. Like, that's just poor planning on your fucking part, not her part. But if you're standard, like if you change the oil, you know, like depending on what kind of oil you run and how fucking anal you are about it, like, you know, what's that? Every 10,000 fucking miles in these days? If you're really anal, then you'll go every 3,000 miles. Like, okay, so that's a couple times a fucking year? Like, that's not the equivalent of doing laundry on a fucking weekly basis, right? Like, you know, you might rotate the fucking tires every time you fucking change the oil. You putting a headlight in, you know, like, what's that? 15 minutes worth of fucking work compared to, you know, doing laundry and folding your fucking laundry every single fucking day. Like, come the fuck on, man. You know, and then the other one was the yard work or working on the house. Like, okay, you know, I work on the house every single fucking week pretty much. But that's going to end, right? Like, and that's actually for me ending very soon because I, knock on wood, I know this, you know, fucking taunt Murphy's Law here, but I only have a few things left. Like, we've been in our house for 2 years. I've been balls to the wall for those 2 years. And guess what? After I do that, I'm done, right? Like, after I finish the last thing, I'm fucking done working on the house. So then what do I have an excuse to say? You know, and then if you're looking at the mowing the yard, realistically, depending on where you live and how much you know, maintain your yard and shit, you don't mow every single fucking week, right? Like, there's times when you just don't have to. Maybe a dry spell hit. Maybe it got too hot and scorched your fucking yard. Like, I live in Southwest Florida. I water my fucking yard every single goddamn day. I haven't mowed in 3 weeks, right? Like, so don't sit here and act like that shit's all the fucking time, right? Like, and I'm not saying that there's not guys out there that don't have to do it every single week, but it's not the equivalent, right? And, you know, people, then another guy, he's like, well, you know, I take the trash out and blah, 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 you know, she can do that. And to me, and I guess it just depends on, like, where you're at, obviously, but to me, like, yeah, I take the trash out. I usually take the trash out after dinner dishes are done and blah, blah, blah. And around that time, we're putting our daughter in the bath. Well, guess what? My wife is the one washing my daughter. And it takes about 15 to 20 fucking minutes because my daughter's got fucking hair all the way down to her ass crack. But, you know, it takes a little amount of time. Guess what? It took me like a minute or two to fucking bag the trash, take it out, and put a new trash bag in. Like, guess what? I still got like 28 fucking minutes before the wife is done. So, you know what I mean? Like, come the fuck on. So, anyways, I'm definitely gonna continue this one because, like, I gotta get the fucking comments. Like, I'll fucking read some of them off because they're fucking hilarious. The things that I got called because I do my own fucking laundry, right? Like, absolutely astounding. But anyways, on that note, I'll continue this after work. So, thanks.